Hi y'all, I am back. I've actually committed to posting for another month. I am round of applause for myself because I thought this is one of those, you know, like in the moment, yes, I want to do it, yes, but like 2 weeks later, like what was I thinking? Like I don't have the time for that. Anyways, I am back for a reading log of November. Let's just say I am happy November is over and done with. I worked myself to death and I never want to do that again.
I think I have made better boundaries with myself about work. Anyways, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about manga. So I read, I think, a good amount, even though I was like, extremely busy this month. I think it's because if I did not read, I would have gone insane. And so, yeah, I read quite a bit. I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, so I think one of the first things that I read this month was Mao, volumes 1 and 2. And my thoughts on this, it was really good start. I think people give Rumiko too much shit for copying Inuyasha and her older works, which I see the resemblance, but I see it more of like a paying of homage, aka but also at the same time it's Rumiko Takahashi's work. It's just how she flows. Like, I don't know, it's hard to say that she's copying Inuyasha when it's just her way of being an artist and being a storyteller. If it has similarities, it's the same person that's writing the story. So I don't think giving the story flack for being too similar to Inuyasha makes any sense. I really did enjoy the first 2 volumes, especially volume 2. I think I was a lot more hooked than volume 1. But like that's good. That means that like I want to continue to read. So far there's only 2 volumes out in English. But yeah, I definitely want to continue to read this and see where the story goes. You will see that Rumiko comes up a lot in my videos because I am a slave to her and her creations. Specifically Inuyasha, but like let's not get there. Let's not go there. Okay? And no, we do not talk about the sequel. I am not supportive of that. I just want to put that out there. I know my icon is what it is, but I digress. Anyway, I only read the first 2 volumes of Mao, and I'm really enjoying it. It's about an exorcist and a teenage girl who meet due to her going back in time. And yeah, basically there's just like a whole like exorcism thing, but at the same time there's like some 9-tailed beasts that they're connected to. It's very confusing, but at the same time like very interesting. Again, I'm only 2 volumes in, so I don't even know what description to give about to this. I love the art style. I mean, again, Rumiko, love her. I love when things remind me of other stories that I love from hers, while at the same time making me don't know what's going to happen, and I'm excited to continue, which I think she does a really good job with in Mao. So yeah, I think honestly I would highly suggest you check out Mao, especially if you haven't read Inuyasha, because I know some people who've read Inuyasha will compare them, whereas if you've never read Inuyasha you may like this one more and you may enjoy it. But yeah, out of 10 I'd probably give this series an 8. I really think it's a good start to the series, and there's a lot more that I want to know, and yeah, so 8 out of 10 for me for Mao.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, like, I honestly feel bad for you. Like, I cannot explain it. Like, I don't have the vocabulary to sit here and explain. Like, either you get the vibe or you don't get the vibe.
Since we just spoke about Rumiko Takahashi with Mao, let's move on to another series that I read by her, and that is 1 Pound Gospel, volumes 1, 2, and 3. And now listen, volume 4 is like impossible to find, and that's the final volume. And so the guy that sold me these books told me volume 4 was like the easiest one to find, and I believed him. He's wrong. It is like very difficult to find, like very difficult. I have not found it. I think I found one for like $400, but like girl ain't paying that much for a volume. And like not even the illegal sites have volume 4. Like they have the other 3, but not volume 4. So it's like I can't even read through those sites. Like what? Where is it? It's literally impossible to find. So I technically don't know when I'll ever read the ending. I don't know if I ever will read the ending. If I can find it, I have no clue. But anyways, that's my little rant. So One Pound Gospel is about a nun and a boxer who get to know each other and become acquainted, and the nun really is like motivates him to stick to his diets and like his boxing goals. But this is a comedy, so a lot of times the boxer literally is throwing his like career away. But like, I can't control my eating, I'm so quirky like that, I need the ribs. Like, he's just like a huge glutton, and like even when his coach Liz says like you need to stop eating to be able to win your fights, he doesn't. So yeah, it's that type of comedy. But yeah, I thought it was like a really cute and lighthearted read. Something like you could definitely read in like one sitting. I'm not 100% sure when Rumiko originally wrote this story, created this story. I'm pretty sure though this is published in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. But it does give a very 80s feeling to it. Like the way they're dressed, just the way that Rumiko draws everybody, it feels very 80s, which I loved. It gave me just like, it was a nice like little retro feel to the story. But yeah, also I don't want to like gatekeep a religion. I never thought I would say that. but things I'm like, I don't think the church lets you do that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's super cute story. Love like the 80s feel to it. Probably rate this like a 7.5 out of 10. I wish I could read the last volume and see how this ends. I mean, I'm pretty sure they end up together. I mean, like, what type of romance manga would this be if they don't end up together? And it's so lighthearted. I'm sure they end up together. I'm sure she leaves the nuns behind to be with her man. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it ends, but I actually don't know, so don't spoil it. So it is what it is, I guess, you know what I mean?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Series that I read was like a big disappointment, I'm not gonna lie to you, and that was Blue Flag, and I read the entire series from 1 to 8. I just want to say it started off so strong, like so strong. Like, I loved the first volume so much. I was like hooked. I was so close to just buying the entire collection. It's only 8 volumes, but luckily for me, they're always out of stock, because I would currently be selling all of those volumes. Because what the hell was the story? What was the story about? Like, what? I've never seen a story go so good to crash and burn like this. And when I mean crash and burn, I meant it in an exciting way. Like, the chaos was occurring, but it's literally not chaos, it's just boring. It's just literally dead. That's it, like flatlined. And I don't know, like, I just felt like everything I was reading had no meaning, I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Nothing matters at the end of the day, because this series decided to go and change characters in the last chapter and how they acted and how they would have been. I get why people really raved about this series, because, you know, LGBTQ representation and everything like that, but like, honestly, this wasn't good representation, because what? It just didn't make sense to me how things went. And I think it's just poorly written, I'm not gonna lie. Like, half the time, I think there was one volume at the end, closer to the end, and like there's literally like a whole chunk which is like a PSA about gay people, and I'm like, what? Why am I reading a PSA? Like, what? Can I have a story? I just felt so out of touch with this story, and I was so disappointed, because the first volume really like just like wheeled me in, and I loved it so much. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. The 5 points is going directly and only to volume 1. Every other volume gets 0 points from me, especially the last volume. Like, what was that? What was it? Anyways, I don't want to talk about this any more than I have to.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
Other manga that I've read in the month of November was as well Witch Hat Atelier. I think it's Atelier. I want to say Witch Hat Atelier, but if I am correct, Atelier, Witch Hat Atelier is French or something like that. Anyways, why am I going on about this? Anyways, I read volumes 2, 3, and I read 4 digitally on the library. Witch Hat Atelier, and this story has me in a chokehold. I love it so much. Like I really didn't expect to love the story as much as I did. And first off, the artwork is stunning. I think it's beautiful. But also, like, every character is so unique and special, and I literally love all of them to death. I would die for each and every character. Protect them all at all costs, please. And I just think it has like a really nice story about individual differences and being yourself and being unique, and you know, that whole accepting self topic. And I think they do it in a really a good way that's not cheesy or cliche. It's a nice story about little witches who are trying to make it, and one of them witch being someone who's new to magic, and how she's so excited about every little thing is so like cute. It's so like, I don't know, it just is very lively, and I really am enjoying this series. And I have the rest of the volumes have been out published in English, but I haven't had the chance to read them yet. Yeah, so there's one character in here, Tarda, I think that's how you say his name. He has my heart. He's so cute. Very cliche, very cheesy, but it is very well written, and the artwork is just stunning, so that helps as well. It's a beautiful story. I would highly recommend it. I'd give this like a 9 out of 10, like, honestly, like, it's so good. I've only read 4 volumes, so maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but loved it. Chef's kiss.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls love soup. Soup girls are the most popular girls in the chicken coop.
So another manga that I read in November was Restart After Coming Back Home by Kokomi. This was like a random pickup. Like, I was at Indigo. I know, dangerous. Indigo. And I saw it, and I don't know, I thought it looked nice. And the fact that it was a BL about 2 grown men, which I think is it's always better when they're not in high school. Trust me, less toxic situations, more vibes, just healthier relationships when it's not in a high school environment. I don't know what it is about high school environments and it being just toxic. Like, anyways, about these 2 guys, and one of them's coming back to his hometown. It's kind of rural after losing his job in Tokyo, and this guy who's been living in the town to become, like, you know, the classic town guy who everyone knows. And it's just them, you know, meeting and getting to know each other, and it's just a simple story, and simple and sweet story about you know, their own insecurities and becoming stronger and better with someone by your side, not because of somebody, but having somebody by your side to see you grow and become better in yourself. But yeah, it's a short story. I that's why I bought it, was because I saw it is literally just like a 1 volume thing, and like, I love when it's just 1 volume, because I don't have to buy like 12 of them. And you know, it's nice and sweet, short to the story. Yeah, I would rate this probably like a 7 out of 10. Like, it was good. I liked it. Like, it was just, you know, a nice short read. There's nothing offensive, nothing like oh my god, I've never seen this before, you know what I mean? So yeah, 7 out of 10. Like, it was good. Manga that I read in November was Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, volume 1 to 11. I cannot find volume 12 anywhere. I don't know if it's published or not yet. Honestly, the story, kind of basic, kind of boring, but what kept me was the art style, her outfits. It was all so cute. I couldn't like put that part down. Did I like that there was an age gap? No. Did I like that the story just felt like every typical shoujo manga? No, not really. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. Like, it was cute sometimes. It was cute sometimes. Other times I was like, this is just like way too dramatic. And like, I get it because it's shoujo. But also like, I don't know, like their romance gave me the creeps kind of. I think it's just a little weird. I kept on reading it because, I don't know, sometimes it's just like you just get addicted. Like, you know, you're just like, okay, on to the next, on to the next. Like, you just want to read that. And so I've read it up to volume 11. And I think volume 11 there's a conflict going on. I can't even remember anymore. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's just like left an impression on me, really. But I really did like the art style, so that's probably why I've read almost all the way to the end. So yeah, and the thing is though, like I do like in unrealistic situations sometimes. Like they're fun. Like not everything has to be, you know, like personal, realistic, like true to real life hard struggles. But I just felt so cringe half of the time. And yeah, but the art style is beautiful, and that's really, I think, what gravitated me towards the series and what kept me going. I just think it would have been better if there wasn't that weird unnecessary age gap. Bro, best friends, man, like they deserve better storylines than what they get. I'm sorry, like what in shoujo manga, the main protagonist, she, like the female main protagonist, she has that male best friend that's literally perfect, and she never goes for him, and it just frustrates me, especially when she goes for an older man, like an age gap. Like ew, I'm vomiting. Ugh. Like ew, I don't know, there's something about age gaps that I don't like, and it's really like hard for me to like them. So I don't know why I read it. Honestly, I rated it maybe a 6.5 out of 10. There was moments I did enjoy, and I really liked the art style, but majority of it just felt so over the top and cringe that I'm like, I could have read something else that I probably liked more.
It's not the vibe.
Also read fully digitally Daytime Shooting Star, and y'all confuse the hell out of me because the ratings on Mal are like so good. Like it's like rated at least 8 plus. Like I don't know what it is, but like out of 10 that's like a really good rating. And I read it all digitally on the library of volumes 1 to 8, but for some reason someone took out the only digital volume of volume 9, so I had to wait for it to be returned, which doesn't make sense to me. This is a side note. So like the library has like digital manga there you can borrow, but only one person can borrow it at a time if they only have one copy. And I'm like, bro, it's digital, just hand them out. Like what? Daytime Shooting Star was so frustrating in so many ways. I've never read something and wanted to punch a wall at the same time, but that was what kept me going, because I was like, no, there's no way this female protagonist is gonna do what she's doing. No, there's no way that teacher is gonna act the way he's gonna act. Honestly though, I don't know how this ends, because I'm currently waiting for someone to return their volume 9 for me to continue. But what I like about the story is the side friendships. I think they're done pretty well. But the main romance between the teacher and the student, gotta go. I really don't like it. Like seriously, it really turns me off. I think I've already tweeted about how I hate it. Like that's how much it's bothered me. The fact that I've gone out of my way to tweet about it says how much I'm angry about it. But I guess like the whole point of the story is like the one that you like is unattainable, and a lot of characters are kind of like in this like love shape, because one loves one, the other one loves the other, one loves one. It's all messy. So I kind of like that part, but yeah, I can't get over the teacher student thing. Like, I feel like I'm ranting way too much about this, but yeah, Daytime Shooting Star I would give a 7.5, simply because it has got me so invested. Like, I actually like got really invested in it, and like I was literally reading it like as I'm going to work. Like, I couldn't put it down. And there's that one scene, I'm like, I'll put it in here, I'll put it somewhere, and I'm like, yes, you go after him, the teacher. But yeah, it's one of those, like, you know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama.
So another manga that I read virtually was by Senpai is Annoying. And the reason why I started reading that was because I started watching the anime, and I really liked the anime. I thought the anime was really good. So basically, like, I've caught up on my Senpai is Annoying, the anime, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I need more. Like, hello, give me more. So I went to go to the manga. Realized the manga's a mess. Like, I think the anime low-key is doing a better job organizing the plot, organizing how the story progresses than the manga. The manga is just literally like one-shots every chapter. Like, nothing is cohesive in that story, I swear to god. So yeah, I do think I like the anime more than I like the manga, but what kept me going with the manga is the secondary characters' relationship. They eat it up. I need more of them. I need more. I'd give that like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, like, it was good, especially because of the secondary characters, but could have been better probably, and I think the anime so far is doing a better job in telling the story. That's just how I feel personally.
I have one thing to say. You better work, bitch.
Lastly, what I read virtually was My Dress Up Darling Volume 4. Here's the thing with this story. I'm feeling kind of conflicted because I started off really liking the series, and I still do, but I feel like, again, it's a topic that's so niche, like cosplay, and I kind of feel like it's just not my topic. It's just not something that I really want to read about, and I kind of do wish it was focused more on the main characters. So like the guy who sews and the girl who wants to cosplay. But I'm excited because I heard the anime is coming out soon, and I think I will watch it and see how that goes. But yeah, so My Dress Up Darling Volume 4, I would rate it probably like a 7 out of 10. I like it. I liked it. I read it. But I'm always begging for more romance. Not even romance. I'm just begging for more interactions between the two main characters. That's all I'm asking for. Like, so yeah, that is my November reading log. I don't think I read that much, mainly because I don't think I had that lot of time. But at the same time, now looking back, I kind of feel like I did. I'm like, what the heck? When did I have time to read all this? What? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Definitely leave me a comment about like anything that you're reading and that you would suggest I read. Like, let me know if there's anything you think I would like, because I would love to try it out. But yeah, have a great day, week, month. Happy holidays, holiday season. I'm low-key hoping someone gets me like some manga, but like, who the hell's gonna get me any manga? And if they do, they're gonna end up getting me something like Cats in the Louvre. Yes, I'm attacking my friends. Bye.